What's up, and welcome back to another episode of the No Clue Movie Reviews. I am your co-host, Jay, and as always, I'm joined by the man, the beard, the bastard, Malcolm.
Oh boy, let's watch Animal House.
I fucking wish, but you got the wrong National Lampoon, sir.
Oh,
In fact, I
Christmas
think
Vacation?
I wish again. And you know what? Anything. Give me any National Lampoon movie over this, but we are doing National Lampoon Presents One Too Many, a movie that was directed by Michael De Lorenzo and directed by Stuttering John Melendez of Howard Stern fame, also from The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Not only did he write this movie, but he
Yeah,
stars in it.
a
He
bad
wrote
movie's
both.
still a movie.
Yeah,
So, I
I
mean,
guess you're right, yeah. I mean, hell, we made movies in high school that were better than this, but, we'll get there, we'll get there. But the guy, not only did he write it, he's also the main star and does about half of the music on here too. Don't know if you caught that or not.
did not.
Yep. Also starring Bellamy Young and somehow an unfunny Jeff Ross.
They had to have been friends, like, going up in the comic circuit because they're about the same age.
Yeah, but
But
I
but,
feel
I
like
mean, I'm pretty sure he wasn't allowed to be him, and he was probably just kinda phoning it in. Maybe it was just, calling it a favor.
Do you have any history with this movie? Are you familiar with Stuttering John? Obviously, you know who Jeff Ross is.
I'm only familiar with Stuttering John from
The
the E.
Dabbleverse.
Howard Stern. No, I'm actually
Ah,
not much of a dabbler. I've stayed away
ah.
from all the Dabbleverse.
So it'll be interesting to get your take on this because I follow, who are these podcasts and the Shuley Network and, all the people, like all the big ones in the Dabbleverse that
Mhm.
cover this. And by this, I mean Stuttering John, the piece of, yeah. I've only heard bad things about this movie, and I felt like it was going to be one of those things like it's bad because people hate John.
This is a bad movie. I do believe people elevate it to insane amounts because
Well,
they hate John.
see, that's the thing. I thought the same thing, but when I went back looking at reviews, there were reviews from '08 and '09 long
Mhm.
before the major hatred of him,
Yeah.
and they might be worse than the ones he's getting now.
Interesting.
Yeah, terrible, terrible reviews. But let's just get started. John is Thomas, his character, literally walking around talking about how he can't look at a woman without thinking about fucking her. And his pretty much his words exactly. I think he said he wants to screw every woman he sees. And so within the first, 3 minutes, we see him on top
Mhm.
of like 5, 6 different women.
I'm under the impression that's all his imagination. He's just a horn dog doing the classic
Oh,
thinking of them naked and imagining being on top
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of
At
that. But at the
least he
same
didn't go so far to as though he was making it where he was just slaying through town. He got
yeah.
close, but at least I mean, I have seen some awful movies where the main character did that, so at least that held back. But it is fitting that the very first shot is him as a very sad clown. It's almost like it's almost self-aware, but probably it's just a broken clock is right twice.
Well, if you follow Stuttering John's career, if you would
Mhm.
call what he does now a career, I mean, I'll just say he pretty much reads insults for as low as $2 about himself online every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you say self-aware, where he's at now in life, he says a lot of stuff throughout this movie, like how his family thinks down on him and, doesn't love him and shit like that.
Mhm.
Literally where he's at now. He almost
Okay.
foretold his real future here. I feel like he literally wrote this part of the movie just so he could be on top of making out with a bunch of random decent looking women. Nothing like too spectacular in the beginning. I mean, and I know how
Mhm.
you are with the old women, but that even
Hey,
the old
hey.
one in the beginning wasn't, yeah, not doing it for me there. You pretty much get the premise of the movie right away because he's talking to a shrink, and this is his brilliant idea. He wants to find a woman who is willing to bring other women into the bedroom with him. I mean, every guy wants that at some point in life.
I mean, maybe when I thought it was a good idea as a young, it's like not in my 40s.
No, no, it's a terrible idea now. Like when I was 9. 19 to like 20. I mean, after that, it's like, maybe a threesome would be fun, but it's just too much work. Too much work. I'd rather watch
You're
and
just
relax.
being cucked by 2 women at that point.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Him talking to a shrink, man. He gives a really hack joke right away.
The Shrink? Yeah,
Yeah.
that
No,
that was
no,
interesting.
John.
Oh, John, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Thomas. When he's talking about he broke up with the girl because she hit him in the head with a 9 iron, and the
Mhm.
shrink's like, "A 9 iron?" And he's like, "Well, a 4 iron, but who's counting?"
Yeah, it was cheesy. It was expected. I mean, you look at the cover, it's like, that's the kinda jokes I'm getting. I had so many issues with the editing. Yeah, there were so many things that would just drop off and nothing would happen. In the therapist room, not trying to always be in this subject, it looked like a porno, just the style and the camera use.
The whole movie kind of felt like we were watching a cheap porno again.
Mhm. You probably just borrowed one from someone in the industry.
I'm shocked, and I told you that, he
Mhm.
brought up that he brings up that his family thinks he's a loser and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's the therapist, and he's kinda looking confused, and the flashbacks actually show a wonderful, like, pristine childhood. I hate to give credit, but I kinda think it's the joke where therapists always wanna blame all your problems on your parents. It's
Okay,
like that's where I got from that, because it's
okay.
always just the therapist saying you have a bad childhood, and he just kinda looks confused as he has the Christmas Story flashback to, Christmas. I mean, you got a pony for Christmas in that flashback.
I don't know, man. I think you're giving him too much credit. But like I said, I'm very intrigued to hear your whole thought process on this movie because, like I said,
Mhm,
I've seen this dumbass for years now.
mhm.
And what did you think about his reasoning? You're like going through with the therapist, talking about the girlfriends that he dumped.
Mhm. It seemed like it was just stealing from an episode of Seinfeld or the premise of Seinfeld. Because
Yeah.
Seinfeld would always, she had big hands, she's a it
Well,
was a bunch of those.
when did Shallow Hal come out?
I'm getting a lot of Shallow Hals, especially when Jeff Ross shows up.
Well,
It's
I mean,
about that time, give or take a few years.
exactly, and I know that Stuttering John had this thing where he liked to compare himself to Jack Black because 'cause they're both comedians and they're short and
Wait,
they
Sha
had similar things.
did
Shallow
Jack
Hal.
Black as a comedian actor, not a comedian.
Yeah, comedian actor, yes.
Right.
Well, let's be fair, Stuttering John apparently is a comedian. This is where the Dabbleverse started, is somebody called him he dabbled in
Right.
comedy.
I
Yeah,
did, check in on the Reddit, Dabbler for
anonymous.
retards.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay, that's a good place to
To
start.
get
Does
just
that
kind of a rough idea of the storyline
Okay.
of the Dabbleverse.
Well, to throw out reasons why he left the girl, and the reason I immediately thought of Shallow Hal is because the dude
Mhm.
dumped on Shallow Hal, the friend, dumped a girl because one toe was longer than the other.
Oh, yes.
So then you get
Jason Alexander,
Yes.
coincidentally from Seinfeld.
Yep. So, he's naming off reasons why he dumped these girls. One of them,
Mhm.
she only had 9 fingers. Another
Mm.
one, liked the shit with the door open and was
Okay,
really
that's
loud
straight
about it.
up stole. And in this one, okay, yeah, you could definitely see I don't know if John was trying to make it a joke or he's
At
just
least
trying
when
to
I
make
take
it
a
a
dump and there's people nearby,
Yep.
I have the courtesy to
the way
flush to
his
drown out the
boner
noise.
gives himself
Yep.
Just don't you see? You create these
So,
problems.
that fake giant boner, you remember
Mhm.
watching Porky's 4?
Porky's 4 had way more charm than this movie.
Dude, Porky's 4 is fucking like an Oscar nominee, Oscar winner compared to this one.
Mhm.
But the last girlfriend he broke up with, she had a Hitler mustache for a vagina.
And?
He's like, "I can't go down on her without thinking of the Third Reich." The fuck, dude? It's a pussy. Eat it. Shut the fuck up.
At that point, I make out with Hitler at least once a week.
He puts an ad in the paper because he's got this idea that he is going to find a woman that is going to be down with this. And this is
Mhm.
what he puts in there. And they break it up into like multiple cut scenes. And like,
Yeah,
why?
that one, I think it wasn't that he was putting an ad, I think it was one of those, he was signing up for where they fill out cards and they're, like, at a bar, and every 2 minutes they switch tables.
Okay, well, this is what he said exactly.
Okay,
Single white male. And I have a comma after every time he stops talking.
okay.
Single white male. Pause. Seeks bisexual woman. Pause. Who seeks relationship with man. Pause. But allows man to have sex with other women. likes tennis. That was his way to get in.
Maybe you made it sound funny, but that likes tennis. That's probably the only time I've laughed at that.
It was the delivery. He doesn't have it.
Mhm. Right.
But
Yeah, it's a little off because I can't it's kinda Boston-ish, kind of, Irish drunkish-ish.
I don't know, man, but at this point in the movie, I think I'm, 13 to 17 minutes in, and that's it. And I'm
Mhm.
like, "What the fuck is with all the goddamn jump cuts?" Like I said, every time he said one of those, the pause was a jump cut to a new part. When he was talking to
Yes.
the guy, it was a jump cut, and a jump cut, and a jump cut.
It's like, it almost coulda worked. I woulda stuck with the monkey girl. I mean,
Hey, do you want to see my impression of a monkey?
that's
Sure.
hilarious. It's like, I could work with that.
Yeah, I'd go for it. No, during all those jump cuts, where he's
Mhm.
showing his, like, very short dates, and that's why I said I feel like he wrote this movie just to, like, make out with a bunch of random women or, like, grind on a bunch of random women because every cut, he's either fooling around or he's, like,
Mhm.
talking to or whatever with another woman. But there was one part here that kinda made me snicker. The only part in this whole movie that made me laugh
Ooh,
is there
let's
was
find out.
one female who would not stop talking, and it was
Ah,
very fucking annoying. I don't remember exactly what he says, but he said something like, "How do I get you to shut the fuck up?"
yes.
I get it. It wasn't really necessarily funny, but, like, I got it. I understood.
Right, it's the one time as audience you can agree with that main character. It's like, "I'm
Yeah.
with you."
And then we get Jeff Ross coming in. I had to think about it. I was like, he doing Comedy Central roast at this time? He was, right?
Oh, yeah, 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 he's been a comedian since the early '90s. He came up with Dave Attell, all those names from
Okay,
way back then.
so that's what I thought. So he's been like he was like the roast master general on Comedy Central. Like I said, I
Mhm.
don't know if he was like the main guy on every roast at this point, but like
Right.
how low was he in his career at this point?
Oh,
Or
he was doing fine. Like I said, this is kind of a doing a favor and probably thought it was a slight help to get a SAG card,
yeah.
something like that. And in reality, he's happened to do what lines that someone else wrote.
Yeah, I guess if you're repeating and normally he's the one writing the jokes for the roast. That's why they're funny.
Mhm.
Jeff
Yeah.
Ross wrote this movie, it would be way better. I'm
Right.
sure. That's gotta be it because he was not funny one bit in this movie. There was a point when he was kind of roasting some people later on
Mhm.
during the Jewish singles.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's when they probably, like, finally let him loose a little bit. It's like, "All right, do a little
and
roasting."
I feel like they cut that short because Thomas could not have his best friend upstage him in this movie.
Well, actually, at this time, you coulda said John since you're referring to outside of the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah.
I wanna know why in the hell is Mark Cuban in this movie?
Okay, so I've come to the conclusion that John had to have let Mark Cuban fuck his wife, who was also in the movie. Susanna Melendez, the one that is, not to ruin the end of the movie, but the
Oh,
one
the
who goes
final?
on the date. Yes, yes,
Oh.
that's his actual wife at this time. Of
Uh-huh.
course, he has to add a stuttering kid in this movie that he has to save.
But, but it's done so badly, I did not notice it until I went through the movie again to pick out clips. I just thought it was a retarded kid. No, it's a kid who can't look up when he talks. I barely caught the stuttering because 'cause I'm just noticing how anytime he has to talk to a character, you can tell he's looking off stage at who's ever feeding him lines.
Yes, but here's the thing, those kids throwing shit at him and calling him stutter face and all that,
Mhm.
that's one of John's stories from when he was a kid. Yeah,
Now that once I got the second look, it's like, "Oh, I bet this is from his past, and this is him saving him little self."
mhm.
There could have been something here, but it gets pushed and, pretty much edited out.
What is the warlock shit? Ye
Eh.
hold on, hold on. You don't have to play it because I
Uh-huh.
feel like we could get struck for how rapey it sounds.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're referring to.
So
And I was a little confused. I thought he was just doing perfect timing with Jeff Ross's character, like, as though he just knows that Jeff Ross's character was gonna choke on something, but no. After further looking, it's like, oh, he was in on the bit, but we didn't get to see that, so I was just more or less confused.
yeah,
There
there
may
was
have been a
no
scene recorded, but it was edited out.
Yeah, you would assume they'd be like, "Hey, back me up here," or something, like, give some
Mhm,
context. He goes up to these kids, and like I said, he sounds kinda rapey with this, but he tells these kids he's a warlock,
mhm.
and if they don't leave this kid alone, he's going to appear in their rooms at
Nice.
night, in the corner, in the
Ooh,
closet, or
ooh,
under the bed.
okay.
They'll never
He's
sleep again. That's what he said.
take you to it's like he's gonna say, "I'm gonna take you to my island."
You ever seen The Whitest Kids You Know?
Yes.
So, have you seen The Grapist?
Possibly.
So, it's an ad that they're putting together for a grape drink, and there's a
Mhm.
character running around called the Grapist, and he's like, "I'm gonna tie your parents to a radiator, and I'll grape them in the mouth," and shit like that.
Okay, play on words commercial.
Exactly.
Right.
That was less rapey than this.
Okay. Yeah, I was more or less kind of just felt uncomfortable because those kids should have just beat him up because that
Well, they were
threat
bigger than
was
him.
yeah, and they were big enough to know that, dude, you're into warlocks, you're gay. That's gay.
Man, I don't even remember who he says this to. I think he said it to Jeff Ross, so he told Jeff Ross, "I should go gay. Y'all get more ass that way." Since you're mentioning gay.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? That may have been
Right.
when he was talking to Mark Cuban, actually, because this is where Mark Cuban comes in, and I go, "Holy shit! What is Mark Cuban doing in this pile of shit?"
He's hired, um, I'm calling him John, hiring John to be a clown for a birthday party, which he's, like, covering the job of someone else? Isn't that what I'm
So,
getting?
okay, so he goes and does this clown job for his buddy,
Mhm.
and while he's there, Mark Cuban magically gives him a role on a show too, on a
Right,
reality
because
show.
he could tell he was so good from the child clowning.
Yeah,
I could
and
tell
he
you got really good talent. You should come do this. Is it a television show or is it a play
well,
that has continuing episodes? I could not figure it out.
I couldn't either. I just called it a reality show. It could be. I mean, it's definitely not Broadway.
It felt like a soap opera, but one that you are in the audience and it's like half participated. Because that's why I felt like when they were in the audience or they were in the crowd during the wedding, it just felt like not everyone's supposed to be an actor or just that's just the way the movie did it and it sucked. I couldn't tell.
I have no idea what it was supposed to be. I mean, the show was called Vito and Valerie's. He plays the best man named Danny,
Mhm.
and he spends his whole time bitching about how the women on the show are just unattractive
Uggos or
and
something.
yeah, uggos, and he doesn't fit in there. They don't fit his type. And, he's bitching to Jeff Ross. This is during that scene when he's talking to him in the gym.
Yes, and there was though it would have been corny, there was a buildup of a joke that they just dropped. The him trying to go as fast as the old lady next to him, it kept building it, and then scene just cuts. I mean, we could have just done a predictable he goes flying off,
Or the old lady. The
or
old
the
lady
old
flying off would
lady.
have been fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah, and then he has to like, we gotta go." One of those. It's been done 1,000 times, but I would at least gone, "Okay, they did something."
Well, they bypass that and they give Jeff Ross a terrible joke. He doesn't run. He's not running with them. So
Mhm.
he goes and
Yeah,
lays
he's
down.
drinking a beer and standing.
Yeah, which would probably be me at the gym back in the day because who gives a fuck about running? But it is what it is. But he's talking about getting chicks and he's sitting there and he sees a couple girls walking by and he goes 199 two or he counts up to a high ass number, like what anybody does, like
Yes, that
Anchorman,
classic, yeah.
yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, chicks."
Yeah, exactly. "Hey, chicks, you hear me training for the Olympics?" Like, what the how does John's writing make the roast master general not funny?
Because you have to do the lines given to you. But at least the girls' jokes I laughed about. I mean, I knew it was gonna be Special Olympics, but I enjoyed it.
Mhm, yeah. It was a predictable joke. I didn't
I
laugh
enjoyed it
'cause
in comparison of everything else so far.
yeah, it was the "Hey, chicks" remark just
Mhm.
kind of, was so
It's not a
cringe.
Jeff Ross. It's yeah, that's very below what Jeff Ross would have done. Yes, I was finding fascination, if you wanna call it, more than entertainment of the quality of the film. Like, sometimes at a certain point, I'm just questioning decisions and being entertained by that.
Well, if it makes you feel any better,
Mhm.
most of the, like, from what I have read, most of the scenes when you see them like walking down a hallway or something like that, they're actually using, uh, like the Tonight Show's, like hallways
Oh,
and shit.
back hallways? Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
because that's where he worked. This guy's known to just take advantage of where he works and, do shit. Let's go back to the, Vito and Valerie. How is the show
Guido
within the
and
movie?
Guidoette?
Yeah, Guido and Guidette. I like that. Um, the show within the movie, how was it even less funny than the actual movie? Like, this part was worse than the rest of the movie, like, watching whatever. Like, I don't know, was it a movie? Was it a TV show? Was it a Broadway play?
I had a feeling like it was supposed to be let's call, for lack of a better term, a 4D play. A play that will, because I think they would make it to where some of the characters are in the audience of the wedding.
Yeah, well, perfect example. So there's this chick that John's backstage somewhere playing,
Mhm.
or backstage. John's somewhere trying
Right.
to play a guitar, and his
Yep.
string snaps and pops him in the eye.
Should have done more than that, but alright.
Yeah, like your eye is gonna be. Have you ever had a guitar string snap?
Um, no, but I get it.
Yeah,
It's it's a hell of a thing when it breaks.
it's gonna do a lot more than just, he's gonna have a cut, he's gonna have something, but he blows off this chick because he couldn't see her after he hit
Mhm,
himself.
mhm.
And then after their first, the first episode that he recorded. God damn it, man. I don't know.
Sure.
I was gonna say episode. The first episode they recorded,
Mhm.
he's talking shit about all the people. And then somebody's like,
At
"Well,
the
what
bar.
about," yeah, at the bar, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Well, what about Jennifer?" And he's like, "Who's Jennifer?" And the guy
Yeah,
explains, the one in
the
the crowd, and
trashy trick.
yeah,
It's like, "Oh, that," she's like, but then it's like, "Oh, it's like, but no, she's an actress playing a character." But I
mm,
did like how they at least broke TV and movie rules where she could hear them when she's 4 feet away.
yeah.
Normally in movies, no one can hear each other. Just there's these magic bubbles where everyone can have personal conversation. But I got excited because I saw a Showgirls crossover.
Oh, yeah?
That's the chick that plays Marilyn, man. She's way too trashy looking. No, no.
Okay, yeah, the
It's
trashy
her
dude's
friend
not
that
so
pops
pretty.
up right there.
Oh,
Yeah, now you remember, huh?
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
remember her name, but yes.
I don't remember her name, but she was like the new young thing that was gonna start taking what's her nuts job
Yep.
that she started getting jealous of.
Well,
They
this chick
started
right
off in the strip club together. Yes, yes, I remember now.
see, now you're making this movie interesting, and
Yeah, I'm gonna try a little bit indirectly. I had to do a little underdog.
alright. Who who is Bellamy Young? Is she in anything else?
His love interest throughout the
Yeah,
movie.
Jennifer right here. What else is
Um,
she in?
when I looked up her IMDb, she was on like a 4 or 5 season show that I know my wife watched.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't remember the name. It's like, oh, I've walked in the room and seen that walking by.
I wanted you to go back and look at that guy's hair. So they're not on set anymore. Why is he wearing that still?
Again, I think there's something missing on the table to where he's wearing a wig thinking no one else notices. John could tell because during that weird where everyone has to explain the characters to him
Yeah.
bit, which both times I went through this movie, I knew there was no redeeming qualities. I skimmed through it because it made me feel uncomfortable.
It's making me feel
But
uncomfortable watching these clips. But yeah, this guy's hair,
mhm,
he wears this the whole time. He never takes it off. When he's talking to him in the beginning, he's talking to him, well, on set makes sense.
mhm.
And then here, he should have lost it. There's no reason, but if you think that maybe it's an or it's a joke that,
Yeah, just it's lost. Or they think it's being implied, but not good enough.
how convenient is it that of all the people that happen to go to this bar besides these two,
Mhm.
she also shows up? You know,
Eh, I'll swing it up to it's the bar closest to the play.
okay.
All movies and TVs have been guilty of the convenient placing for characters to meet.
Okay,
So
I'll give
I'll
you
let
that.
that one go because it always has to happen because you have to get your characters to meet somehow.
So they go from this part right here. He already blew her off once.
Yeah.
He's now called her basically retarded
Yep.
and criticized her the way she was, even though she was acting. He's supposed to be an actor in this movie, and I'm just ignoring him, but the writing. He's supposed to be an actor, and he's criticizing how a person was on set. Then he follows her very creepily. She blows him off again, like over. She's trying to blow him off, and somehow he talks her into going out on a date.
Because, like he said, he's like a fungus, so he'll grow on you.
I would say more like herpes.
Well, it's dedication.
I honestly, though, I can't dance at all. I'm
Sure.
sure that
I don't
whatever is being taught.
understand dancing. I don't understand who people could mildly dancing. It's like, did they get together and plan on how they were gonna dance before they showed up at this place? How does everyone know what to do?
Well, everybody's dancing just fine except for him.
Sure.
So I was really under the impression that that's how he actually dances. He
Mhm.
criticizes, like, he actually does criticize so much about his real life in this movie.
Yes.
I wonder if, like, that's something's happened, like, he's a terrible dancer, and he put that in here, and he's criticizing. Maybe he had a better
So
sense of humor about himself back then.
right, the question is he self-aware of himself? Is he poking fun of himself, or is it vanity that he can't see? I don't know, because there's enough of both.
Well, not just the dancing either, though, like, he sings multiple times, and she asks him to stop singing, as does another, what, 1 or 2 people in this movie, and he goes, "Oh, I
Mhm.
always thought I could sing," and everybody like, "No, you can't." I mean, just knowing who this guy is now, I honestly think he was a lot more confident in himself back then, but then again, he had a job, he had something going in life, he's not being insulted for $2 at a time.
Yes, and that's kinda how it works. Those homeless people you see on the street that look like zombies, they were at one point slightly human.
Dude, you could throw a couple of those homeless people into this movie and have one of them write it, and I think I would have laughed more.
Well, yeah, because 'cause that'd be called bum fights.
Hey, that's pretty funny, man. You remember the one that he paid to fight the McDonald's, drive-through, right?
Yes, yeah. The weird thing was, okay, he is Stuttering John. I expect to see stuttering. I only see it once, and it's so harsh. I don't understand what that was supposed to be. Right here. Just ah,
So,
why is he called Stuttering John? Did he actually have a stutter way back then
okay,
on the
so
Howard Stern show? I
Howard
can't remember.
Stern had an intern leaving. This intern, I don't remember if it was the intern or somebody else who said, "We know a guy who stutters." Howard
Mhm.
Stern hired him sight unseen.
Yeah.
He brings him on, and he doesn't stutter a single time until Howard mentions that he's not stuttering.
Oh,
And then
so
all of a
he's
sudden
faking
he's a
it, right.
yeah, and he starts doing it again.
Because that's
Watch
very
him.
faked and not natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's a comedy show that he's at. They're very, like, a famous, like, cut on a comedy show where he's not stuttering or anything, and you hear a guy in the background go, "Stutter, you piece of shit." Like, people notice this. He doesn't stutter. He
mhm,
stammers when he gets nervous.
right.
That's it. He doesn't stutter. Watch him now. I've been watching and listening to him for going on, I think that started in 2019, so, like, 6, 7 years now,
No,
and he
stop
does
watching
not
him.
stutter.
Stop watching him, let him
Well,
go.
it's not him I watch. I
I know,
watch,
you're watching recaps of other people that
like I said, huge
kinda
Northeast
make
podcast fan. They do
mhm,
a lot more than just Stuttering John, but that's just a regular thing on there that you just kinda have to deal with. I wish
yes.
they would get away from him finally.
Yeah,
I
it
wish
well,
people would.
the lol cow hasn't been milked quite yet. I mean, the views demand it.
Oh, I know, and they're just getting up. What's funny is this guy, he's the only person in the Dabbleverse who can't make money off of his own name.
Right.
The guy was just dancing upon her. She was clearly uncomfortable.
Right, why
Why?
did she just walk away? Why does she have to act like she's trapped?
Yeah, you can just walk away.
Yeah, you
Just say
coulda
no.
walked around him. He hadn't, like, grabbed you or say, "Shut the fuck up, bitch. You do what I say. Suck my dick." Nothing like that happened. But she
Yeah,
was clearly uncomfortable, but he's right in front of you. There's all the other cardinal directions to go.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't a crowded bar or crowded
But
whatever
let's
we were
face
in.
it, she was curious to know. I think women like to see that whole chivalry thing because she did start smiling when he was standing up for her.
Yeah,
She
and
changed her mind when she saw him get his ass whooped, but then now you got the, "I'll take care of you" pity, which works. So,
yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess. I'll just go with that. But now they continue their date in a new setting, which I think is the same exact bar, just rearranged. I swear to God, every
Mhm.
scene is the same room.
Yes, with different sheets on it.
Yeah, they just bring
It
in a new sheet to cover a wall. They threw
mhm.
that drought beer on the you saw that sign in the
Yes.
background just said
Yeah.
drought. It was n
Mhm.
yeah. So, he starts to tell her his fantasy, obviously, which he mentions, like, within the first 20 minutes of this movie, he brings up he just needs to find a woman who will let
Mhm.
him sleep with and it's brought up over and over. Just in case you forgot the premise of the story, they
Mhm.
fucking hammer, they're like, "Take that, hammer that bitch in, beat that fucking horse." That's what he did over and over and over. But Jennifer apparently says that she would do that if she was in love with a guy.
To a guy she just met.
Yeah.
She's saying this, yeah.
And then she goes, "Well, what about other guys?" And then Thomas says, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back. I'm not even gonna say Thomas anymore. Fuck it.
Mhm.
John
Yeah.
says he could never touch a naked man's ass without getting sick.
Right. Well, don't.
Well, forgetting 20 minutes earlier, I should just
Yeah.
go gay. I can get laid more that way. So
Yeah.
my
Well, you know.
assumption is him getting laid in that sense was he's wanting to get butt fucked instead of doing the fucking.
It is the classic scenario where a dude wants a three-way of two chicks, but he doesn't want, as a lot of dudes will call it, the devil's three-way. But if you're trying to get your other partner into open, it's only fair that it should go both ways or not at all.
I've never.
Unless you have a chick that just wants other chicks also, then
Yeah,
fine.
like
But then now you
Darla.
know that you have the entire population is now competition against you.
Well, fuck, now you can just, you can probably find on a site and just swipe a certain direction, and you can get, "Oh, this chick will do it, and this chick will do it. Let's do it."
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but he tells her she's the perfect woman, and then we get a long fucking montage. Another one, like, this is the 2nd or 3rd
Right.
montage in this movie already.
Yeah, they're happy together. That's actually the song that should have been playing if they could afford the rights.
Montage, montage. But
Yeah.
remember earlier, I was complaining about when he was giving his, little rundown on his ad for the singles dating, whatever the hell he was
Yes.
doing.
Right.
Everything cut, It was said something and then it cut. He said something and then it cut.
Mhm.
This was worse. This was even more unforgivable. She tells him finally after the montage is over, she's thinks she's ready to bring another woman in, but she's
Right.
got rules. Okay? The
Yep.
rules are fine, not a big deal. But she lists off 4 rules, and between every rule, they're in a new scene. They're in a new
Ye
place.
A lot of movies do this because it makes you think, "Wait, did they say one thing, a few days went by, and then they say the other thing?"
Why would you do that though? If you already have this list of rules in your
Mhm.
head, why would you wait a day or even, an hour and go to another place and go, "Oh yeah, rule 2. Oh yeah, rule 3." So 4 different breaks.
It's something I see in so many movies, and it throws me out. My favorite is when characters they hop in a car and they're gonna start saying something, like, say, the passenger's like, "Yeah, so, okay, here's how the deal's gonna go down," and then the vehicle drives out of scene, and then you see him get to their destination, and he starts talking, as
Yeah.
though it's like, "Here's the," and then they're gonna drive for 40 minutes, silence. But it's the purpose is that way you can change these scenes to make it interesting and the conversation's flowing, but if you look at it in reality, it's like, "Ugh, how'd they do that?" It's another thing I point out in movies that my old lady rolls her eyes and tells me, "Quit pointing out. I'm
Well,
ruining shit."
if you're seeing it in other movies, I'll say the same thing about them. It's
Mhm.
terrible writing.
It
It is.
it's well, it's not that's up to the cameraman and director doing that stuff. The writing just probably has that, and it's like, "Let's do it in this way."
Okay, so we're gonna blame Michael De Lorenzo for these then. Okay.
Yeah, which he is the voice of the friend that yes, that anytime he keeps talking, like right here,
So then why are you crying?
My girl just left me, bro.
You're
that's the
crying
director
because your
talking.
girl left you? Are you kidding
Mm.
me?
No, dude.
I trade a chick for a national commercial any day of the week. Come on, there's a million other chicks out there.
I don't think I could live without her.
Oh, give me a break.
And this scene had no point.
No.
It's like we did not care about it. It didn't mean anything that
Well,
this
there
guy on the
was
phone met
one
someone.
part of the scene that makes sense later. He opens the door and naked gay dude from next door is outside his room.
Sure,
But that makes sense
kind
later
of.
on. Well,
Right, that's
later
for something
on,
else.
yeah, when
Yeah.
he discovers somebody next door with him. Remember?
Which I called it as soon as I saw it. It's like that. It's like his therapist is gay as hell.
Yeah.
But I'm
So
not
yeah,
going to get a medal for figuring out the plots of this movie. So
I you know what? You're right. I wouldn't even give you a Special Olympics medal for this one. To go back
Yay.
earlier in this movie. But,
Yay.
so while they were out, she she said, with all the rules she listed, they're not supposed to, do it with anybody they already know. They're not supposed to
Mhm.
do it with anybody twice or,
Yeah.
so on and so on. I think those are the only 2 I remember because those are the only 2 that mattered.
Even
But,
though the only rule for her position is she picks the woman, and that covers everything else.
yes,
If
and
she just chooses the person, then he doesn't get to, then she doesn't have to worry about the jealousy as much.
well, that was completely proven wrong, but with a good reasoning, good reasoning. But literally, they go out to, I believe, a strip club, and she gets disgusted by the way she's being treated and goes to leave, and then he charms his way back, if you want to fucking call it that.
Mhm.
He grows on her again. It's a fast
Yeah.
spreading fungus.
Well, another flare up.
But she suggests a prostitute. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So then we get back to him talking to Jeff Ross, and apparently that's all Jeff Ross fucks is prostitutes.
Well, I mean, Jeff Ross does look like that, so that rings true.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure in real
Yeah.
life that's all Jeff Ross fucks.
That's all
But
he's got time for.
he gives him a number to a prostitute call line, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, escort. You get Thomas and Jennifer
Mhm.
rented a hotel room.
Sure,
That
which
was the other rule.
clearly
They
is the
couldn't know where
same
they lived.
office. Yeah.
Yeah, they redid it a little bit. They threw a bar in there, which I think is the same bar that they were sitting at earlier, just moved to another side. It's
Yeah.
literally the same props over and over and over.
I'm starting to think National Lampoon doesn't hand out that much money for production.
I don't think they gave them anything here. I think John
Maybe
paid them
he
for
paid for
the
it
name.
and then sold it.
Yeah. I legit think that he paid them to use the name because
Mm.
I worked at Blockbuster when, when this movie come out. I worked at Blockbuster when a ton of National Lampoon's movies come out.
Yeah.
I don't remember this one. I watched quite a few that were still somewhat funny. Once again, though, this was the writing. I can't blame National Lampoons for this. I can definitely criticize them for this when you have such a high as like Christmas Vacation, and then you get just one too many movies made.
Yeah. Literally.
I have this down here. They called the number for the escort, and they're
Mhm.
fucking ordering her like they're ordering a pizza. And, requesting she brings like a dental dam and they don't have it, and then she requests Saran wrap.
Which I thought is the same thing. Is there
It is
dedicated dental dam?
yes,
Or I would
one
assume
is
there would be.
specific for it. Yeah.
Right. But I think you
Thing
get away
is
with saran wrap. But
well,
anyway.
the thing here is, you ever seen Booty Call?
Yes, that's all I think of when I hear
This is a
it's the
direct
first time, and I didn't understand what it was for in Booty Call.
Yeah, this is because Jamie Foxx is like, "Hey, I'm not planning on doing that anyways." But
Oh my god, I just got that joke now.
Mhm. So, this is literally just ripping off that fucking movie. So,
Yes,
we're still in jokes, over and
sure.
over and over. But the whore shows up, and I'm gonna call her the whore,
That's fine.
and the they find out that, he's only got, like, 500 on him, but it's gonna be
Mhm.
800 for 2. So, he runs out to
At
go,
least there's a price break for
yeah,
2.
makes sense. He
Okay,
goes
now
down to the
I'm going
ATM.
to just reserve this statement, and it's gonna sound weird. This was the best part of the movie, the antics for this hooker situation.
Do not say the shitting scene. Everything
I
else up to the shitting scene.
I mean,
Mhm.
everything, his goal of trying to get laid in a threesome and everything getting in his way. I'm reserving the right to say that was the part I liked the most, and I will explain later why, because it made me
Okay,
have an epiphany of what this movie could have been.
okay. Well, he goes down to get money out of the ATM. There's
Mhm.
a homeless black dude sitting next to the ATM, which you kinda get the idea that he's
It's a
gonna
great
get
spot.
robbed, but
Yeah, that's
he
what well, maybe that's what we thought.
but he's down there. He goes back up with the the 800 at this point, and she gives him the Saran wrap, and she's like, "I don't know what you wanted this for," and you come to find out that you can only do so much. It's a grand to do everything, and so he
Everything
has
but
to,
that. Oh,
yeah,
wait, no. Yeah, it was 800 for, like,
the
what
2
kinda there
people
was
and
2 people with just penetration? 'Cause w
yeah,
it
but she
it
wasn't gonna go
seems like
down on her.
I
So,
would imagine this is the, gimmick that the whole point is always for the hooker to up the price no matter
but
what.
but here's the thing,
Mhm.
he's paying 800 for her to fuck 2 of them, but she
Yep.
has no plans on going down on her.
Right,
So
and
what
that's
are
the
they paying
only
her?
thing they're gonna do. That's because 'cause they're 2
Exactly.
women.
She didn't bring a strap on as far as I could tell. So
At this point, I'd be so much money in, it's like, "Can we figure out a price where I'll just jerk off in the corner and
yeah,
y'all too?" Is
yeah,
that enough then?
something,
Because you
but
can't tell me it's $1,000 to go down. It's $1,000 total. Break down your prices. Is it $300 to go down on a chick? I'm trying to get some of my money back.
well, this part right here though, he goes back down to the ATM again,
Yeah.
and now the ATM's out of money.
Mhm.
I'm with you at this point. Like the idea of everything happening here
Mhm.
could be humorous. It could be.
Right.
And he now gets in a cab. The cab driver is driving him down the street to go find another ATM.
Right, and for some reason, it's nodding off,
Yeah,
which
he's
it just started happening. I didn't understand it. Yes, this part wasn't the concept up to about this point, I liked.
yeah, and this is where you get his political self coming into it. He had to throw in this dude, the driver had to start talking about George Bush this, George Bush
Yes.
that. And then you get another like the horror is talking about politics to the girlfriend, and you're like, dude, just keep the shit out of it. Like you're taking away from anything funny that's coming here. You
Mhm.
don't have to throw politics and everything. But this is where I get lost, man. Like, okay, so the cab driver ditches him because
Yeah,
somebody else offers him 20 bucks now and to cover the fare if he'll just take them. So the
sure.
guy drives off with 2 other people. So now Thomas is walking down the street
In his
and
robe.
all in a robe, and all of a sudden we have a flashback to him buying what was it, like a chili dog?
Yeah, we'll say it's a shit even though we'll have to say it's a chili dog if he's gonna make him shit, but he
We could say
flashes back to
shawarma,
earlier that day.
which could they not have had that scene earlier in the day? Why the flashback seemed unnecessary. Film the scene
Mhm.
and then have the flashback. So there's just so much
It
cut
could have
for
been it could have been, and then they reordered it and put that haze on it, so that way you know it's a flashback, which confuses me sometimes because they kinda use that haze on non-flashback times.
well, this right here leads to what I feel is the absolute worst part of this movie. And I say that because you said you were good, with this whole scene. I said
Mhm.
not the shitting scene. Literally,
I'm curious to know what bothered you the most about the shitting scene, 'cause it's
it
like
wasn't funny. He sat there. It
mhm.
was nothing but him farting and making noises. And then the woman rolling up in the wheelchair. Yeah, okay, he's in the women's room.
Yeah,
American Pie did it. Okay,
yeah, in the
Detroit
women's
Rock
room, in the
in the
handicap stall.
yes.
Waka
Now
waka.
here are 3 examples of movies who did a shitting scene right. Scary
Okay.
Movie 2. The very
Mhm.
beginning, James Woods is like, "Get that demon out of me." Like, he's being funny on the toilet. He's
Yes,
making
yes.
jokes. American Pie, already been said. Shipbreak uses the wrong toilet. "Can't hold it," and then just
Mhm.
blows up the toilet. The people freak out and run off, like, and then he steps out and everybody starts making fun of him. He's now called Shitbreak. And then the other one I have is Detroit Rock City. They did a shit scene, right? Because they were hiding in the women's bathroom, and then you had the 2 girls playing battle shits. And they were cracking up laughing. The toilet broke. They knocked all the stalls down. Something funny happened.
Mhm.
This movie had him just going, "Oh, oh," and then he screams. He
Yeah.
yells. And then the
Slides underneath.
oh, hold on, hold on. Let's not
Oh,
forget
wait,
the
no?
old lady willing in and banging on the door. "Hurry up in there. Wait, you're not even in a wheelchair."
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna go in there and start banging on a toilet door for
Mhm.
anyone to start yelling them to hurry up.
Yes,
And
it was very corny.
the handicap stalls aren't just for people in wheelchairs. So, they're there for handicapped people.
Right, what about a guy with a stutter who
Yeah,
definitely has a bad
there you
brain?
go. Fucking bitch. He may have been in the wrong room, but it was a s he has a disability, so fuck off. But and then he turns around and wipes his ass with the money he just got because there was no toilet paper in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Dude, just be a
anything
man.
else.
Wipe your underwear on there, leave the underwear in the bathroom, and run off. Biggest problem with the scene, though, he slides under to get away, and all of
Mhm.
a sudden, the lady can just open the door. He didn't unlock it, he slid out.
Yeah, I did have that wonder, like, did he unlock it, and then why'd he slide out? And the only thing that would've been great is if he accidentally slid through a shit smear.
That would have been great. I would have laughed about it. If he stood up and had a little
Mhm.
shit on his face or something,
Mhm,
great.
mhm. But
Now,
he doesn't notice it for some reason until he gets back in the room.
that'd be even funnier. He has like a little Hitler mustache.
Yeah. Waka waka.
But let's go back to this. What did you like about the shitting scene?
Um, Nothing about the shitting scene ever like, the kinda humor that made me think of what this movie could have been is, like, summed up coming up to the poo.
Help! Stop! Help! Help!
This kinda cartoonish,
Stop!
"I
Let go!
can't even
Help!
save this old lady at the poo."
What's funny is I'm pretty sure that's Jeff Ross right there.
Oh, it probably is.
I don't
Yeah.
he didn't hire anybody else. They intentionally hid the face. So that was somebody who was already in the movie.
Right. I don't think
And
Jeff Ross can move that well.
look at how small he is. Like I think that woman that's getting robbed is bigger than him.
Right.
But no, like look at the hair poking out of the front. Is that not Jeff Ross's Jufro?
It's hard to say.
But yeah, I'm just taking a wild guess. I have no proof here, but I
Mhm.
love how the thief is not wearing gloves, but the
Mhm.
lady is. But yes, you keep
And
saying with the
I
movie,
think it was this scene right here. It's the silk robe, it's the what he'll do to get laid. It made me think of something, a sleazeball, and then I went, "Oh, the best opportunity, what this could have been," but I'm saving it for my final thoughts.
I'll give you this. The
Mhm.
movie could have had some funnier parts. I'm just telling you, r have a different writer,
Yeah.
somebody who keep him
Different
acting,
writer,
I don't care.
director, editor. I think I could have done it with John.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, if he was directable, yes, you could have, but there's a reason why that he only has, like, minor bit parts in other movies, like, he plays the guy in the closet on Dude, Where's My Car? Yeah,
I see.
you had a missed phone call, that guy.
Oh, okay.
I think he had
You just
an appearance on
I'm assuming
Wings.
he's very hard to work with.
Yes, he would be a very difficult person to work with if you've ever known this guy.
He's an unearned diva, I'm assuming.
Well, okay, so going back to what we talked about with Howard Stern, so he was hired on at Howard Stern's Sight Unseen, right?
Mhm.
He worked there for 15 years as a call screener. He
Yeah,
likes to claim that he was a writer. He was no more than a whack packer. He
right.
was a glorified and he wasn't as funny as a whack packer. I would love to watch this movie with Beetlejuice.
And I would have peppered in as many of the Whack Pack as you could have.
Yeah. Thing is, John wants to separate himself from the whack pack because he felt he's better. The whack
Alright.
pack is a bigger part of the Howard Stern show than John ever could have been. And
Right.
then he got hired on Jay Leno by just Jay Leno's feud with Howard Stern. Just so he could stick it to Stern, he took his boy from him.
Yeah.
You know, at very shortly into his tenure as the host of The Tonight Show, they moved him into the audience.
Mhm.
He sat in the audience instead of actually being yeah, okay, so you get the idea. He
Yeah,
sucks.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to get Howard Stern, if you want to take one of his boys, you take Baba Booey.
Yeah, there you go. You would've took Bob you would've took Fred. You took Robin.
Can't
God,
take Robin.
no, you can't take Robin, but you'd try. You don't take John. Who wants John? Yes, I give you this. This part could have been funny. Like, up to this
Mhm,
point, I was like, "It's humorous. Chick's getting robbed." He gets to the gets back to the hotel. The whore
mhm.
and the girlfriend are getting dressed.
Yeah,
The
'cause
whore still wants her money.
yeah.
They didn't do
Well,
anything.
there's show-up fees or finder's fee.
Yes. So they
there's
didn't.
always that no matter what happens, because she's an escort, technically that's all she's there for is for to hang out. That's the
Yeah.
legal part. And then we're gonna be secretive about the other stuff. So I'm fine with the 500. Of course it was gonna be that.
Yes. So she got the 500 from him, and he's pissed off. And the other girl's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just do it again."
Mm-hmm.
That's $500 gone, plus however much the hotel room cost.
And plus the $80. See, there was a bit of a potential joke there. It's like because we only show him showing some of the money, we don't see how much he uses. He used 420s to
to
wipe
wipe
up.
his ass. Don't forget the $7 he gave the homeless black dude.
Yeah, I'm
Nope.
thinking that was just some cash in his pocket, but we'll count it. Yeah, it counts as what he was spent that night. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying he said that it was $7. The guy, he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, I could have got something to eat if he gave me a little bit more money." I'm like, "Dude,
Mm-hmm.
God, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I see somebody coming down and getting hundreds and hundreds of dollars, I'm like, yeah, I mean, you could have gave me a little more, but it is
Yeah.
what it is." She leaves. He's pissed off. They decide, they'll do it again later.
Right.
Then we get a cut to the golf course.
This is the part I had the problem with. What the fuck's going on here?
None of the scene was funny.
No, and it had that flashback filter on it. That haze. And then there's just this Asian couple. Now, I understand it's the early 2000s. The only time Asians were on film is if they were doing Asian accent or something like that.
Well,
It's
let's be
like
fair. It wasn't early 2000s. This was 2008.
2008. Well, it's 2026. That's still early 2000s now by comparison.
Okay.
We're going to call it the 2000s, so we'll call it the early 2000s considering of the century. But nothing was this funny. They were just yelling, and I don't even think they were speaking real.
I don't think they were. Were they Japanese?
That's how I would do it.
Sure I do.
Well,
There's a weird haze.
Did you hear Jeff Ross later on yell back at him in a random couple words? He goes, or some shit like that. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? That's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. It may have been the funniest thing Jeff Ross did the whole movie, but why are they walking down the course while somebody's trying to drive their ball? I understand that they got stuck with them in a foursome because that happens when you go to a golf course and you don't have a full group. So they're having to play together.
Mm-hmm.
But you wait until everybody hits and you walk down to find your balls together.
It would have been funny if it's like, oh, you need another group here, and here's another two, and then he's like, great, I can't have a threesome, but I'm forced into a foursome. But there's a joke.
That's something. Hey, look at that little snicker. That's more than I gave most of this movie.
Mm-hmm,
So Jennifer and Thomas go to a bar, and they are really into the singer.
Is she famous in this universe? I can't figure that out.
Well, apparently so, because they're talking about her traveling, and she's
pretty approachable for being famous.
Well, apparently John's friend, Thomas's friend, works at this bar, and he can introduce them. And I put here, I'm assuming they're going to try to fuck her. I had that backwards, but I guess she is famous because they ask her, when does the album come out? She's like, oh, sometime later next year, I think.
Yeah.
You know when your fucking album's coming out if you have an album coming out. Just saying that. But she is talking with Jennifer. You get Darla and Jennifer.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
Yep, and they're talking, and Jennifer tells, the arrangement, and she's like...
But the blonde prod's like, are you faithful? So she's already digging in.
Yeah, she's clearly wanting
just like
some
halfway. Yeah.
And she tells her, well, it sounds like he's got the better end of the deal. And she's like, actually, I know he's got the better end of the deal because, she wants to fuck her. I'd say this, John finally gets his wish. Go to her house, and there's there's liquor on the table, joints on the table, some shit like that.
Yeah, but that hasn't been revealed yet. First, it's just, hey, you want to just come back to my place?
Yeah.
Because they're shocked when they see her in the nightie. And then you get this mean proposal that, I don't, well, no. Really, I wouldn't go for it, but...
I've been wanting to fuck your girlfriend all night. If that means I have to fuck you too, well, I'll take it.
That look.
In reality, most of my sexual experiences have been basically fine. So,
yeah, that look she gave him. If I have to fuck you too, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, yay.
Yeah, I don't know, but that seemed a little strange because every time they have a sex scene, they kind of focus on her and him together.
Right. Because they want to show her getting jealous.
But the thing is, with this chick was clearly just wanting to fool
Yeah,
around with the other
she
girl.
wouldn't have let him enter.
I mean, and if she did, it would have been like the other girl face sitting, or there would have been something going on with the other girl. She would not have just been off to the side with only John.
Mhm.
Ah, man. You get Jennifer, she's miserable. They're in the cab, and he starts complimenting Darla's body and how hot she was, and
Mhm.
Jennifer immediately turns into, jealousy, and I get it. This was supposed to be a one-time thing, and he's nonstop talking about her, and his girlfriend, the one he supposedly loves, is, right there. "Dude, you got what you wanted. Shut the fuck up. Move on. Find a new girl." But then like I said, she wants out of the car. I wrote right here,
Yeah.
I hope Jennifer leaves him for Darla.
Oh, okay, so yeah, but they really didn't show he was able to just patch things up,
Well,
I
that's fine.
guess.
It was another flare up.
Right.
He
Yep,
he
yep, yep, yep.
apparently is charming as fuck.
We have an
Not one bit.
indiscriminate amount of time though, and then he's at the gym, and that's when he gets the call that, "Hey, she wants to hang out again. You wanna try again?"
Yeah, and you're like, "Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute." That was
That's one of the
her
rules.
rule. That was her
Yeah.
rule. He's like, "Oh, yeah, hell yeah," and he gets excited,
Yeah,
and she's
he
like,
he
"Wait,
he
what?"
should have played it smart. He should have put her in the bad zones. Like, you're breaking one of the rules. Like, kind of
Mm,
push against it and make her draw him back into it. He
yeah.
needs to play resistant the whole time. That way, you can play the game correctly. But I need to point out what's going on in the background of this gym conversation. Look at what I call the gym homies in the background.
Yes!
Wait till
What?
the panning
Nothing. I'm
shifts.
just having some
They
people
are
in the
just
gym over
watching
here.
him, waiting for this
Really?
scene to end so they can go back to working out. They are just staring at him like, "Is this done yet?"
Wow. I wonder if, like, it was just some random Bally
Mhm.
Total Fitness. He went into a fucking random gym to film this. I wonder if he had permission.
You think he would have to at least ask these guys, and that's why they held up for just a second. Maybe they were given $10, maybe 20.
Maybe John let him fuck his wife. That's my
Jeez.
that's my solution for all this. I'm just saying. Anyone in this Jeff Ross probably fucked her. I think everybody gangbanged his wife.
Okay, okay.
And I could be wrong, but I don't know what else they could do here. Maybe he gave him tickets to the Tonight Show. I mean, there's that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck his wife, Tonight Show tickets. What are we doing here? We get the bar scene, and he tells Jennifer he's going to bring. I forget Jeff Ross's character's name. Ernie.
Eddie?
Yeah.
Ernie? Yes, it's Ernie.
Okay, Jeff
Sure
Ross.
it
Let's
is.
go, Jeff Ross. They go to the bar and they walk in, and Jeff and Thomas, Jeff and John walk in while Darla and Jennifer have already been sitting there for a few hours drinking,
Plotting.
plotting, absolutely. And Jeff Ross is like fascinated by this chick, and
Mhm.
somehow he ends up looking like the creepy one here, which is, I mean, yeah, he's creepy looking, but John's a fucking creep too.
As soon as they go to bed, it's like, "I don't like the way the other guy's been looking at me." It's like, "Okay, yeah, he is looking at you funny, but it's 10 seconds."
Yeah, they just got there. I don't like the way he's looking at me. What, he's not supposed to see you? He's not supposed to make eye contact? What do you
Yeah,
want?
he's supposed to be like that stuttering kid outside. Mm.
Oh, man. But this is what I was talking about, though. Like, he starts talking to Jeff Ross about his his Jewish singles thing, and
Mhm.
you got a little roasting
Yeah, you
because
get a little humor,
that's about it.
except when he meets the perfect girl for him, as I called her, dented corn. Because
I
she's a hot chick, but she has one little flaw about her, so she's like half price.
She's got that lazy eye.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
not
a
gonna lie.
dented can.
I immediately thought she was blind. I was like, "Wait a minute, wait a minute. She runs the coat room. How would that work?"
Yeah. She does it by smell. And you can tell she's not cross-eyed because it's kinda going in and out, and she's probably kinda technically blind during these scenes because she can't tell what's going on because she's having to cross her own eyes.
Oh, man, but so it's his perfect girl, except she's Catholic and he's
Oh,
Jewish.
yeah. Which,
Don't forget
okay,
that.
could have been funny if it wasn't just resolved one scene later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, where they're engaged, they're dating and then they're engaged later. You're like,
Yeah.
it's very fast moving. But
Yeah.
after this, you get once again, they sleep with Darla, and this is the scene I'm talking about when
Yeah, he's just straight out all in her while she's sitting there pissed. It's like,
yeah. See, now I'm not saying John wouldn't try for that, but Darla wouldn't have been in any of that unless she
mhm.
was also fooling around with Jennifer.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't happening. That's not how the threesome is gonna work here.
Yeah, it would have been the classic, they start making out, and every time he tries to hop in, it's like a pup trying to get on a tit, just a
See,
foot kicks him away.
like Porky's 4, where Pee-wee
Yep.
had to sit and jerk off in the corner. That's
Yes.
what would have happened here. God, I can't believe I'm, like, complimenting Porky's 4. Holy shit. Jennifer gets pissed off and leaves, and, he chases her down to, try his charm again. This time
Mhm.
not so successful, but he refers to Darla as nothing more than a sperm receptacle.
Sure.
Which Darla hears and, throws his shit out of the room, which, I mean, she was gonna do that regardless because Jen already left, and I
Yeah.
put, "Finally, Jennifer left his ass." Like, it was about goddamn time, and then we're back at the shrink, which pretty sure it's the same room again. I
Mhm.
honestly think every bit of this was filmed up in his apartment, other than, like, the hallway scenes. Talking to a shrink, shrink's asking about, whether, John thinks it's okay about, like, he loves her, why can he not just sleep with her, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
What what's the problem with that? And he has to for whatever reason, turns around on the shrink, and this is what I brought up earlier, like, he has to shrink, "Have you got yourself a woman?" He's like, "Well, no, I don't have a woman."
Yeah. Wink,
I didn't
wink.
catch on to that at first. You obviously figured this out almost
I
instantly.
just as soon as I saw him, because it looked like a gay porno set, first shot. I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh."
Bow, bow, wow. But
Oh.
this right here is Stuttering John Melendez's, like, his most regretful scene he filmed, the devil angel scene.
Hmm.
The reason I say this,
Mhm.
he in fact has 1 child he has 2 children in the LGB community.
Uh-huh.
The
Oh, and he's
oldest
saying fag and
oh,
whatnot.
yeah, he used the word faggot, he used the word bone-smoking faggot cocksucker or some shit
But
like that.
it's a little
I
unfair because he's supposed to be playing a devil version of himself, but
and I
okay.
understand that, but this is
And
before they had come out,
uh-huh.
and this was all his thing, but his oldest daughter has transitioned
Oh, okay.
and is yeah, and his either middle or youngest is gay. So, this whole scene right here, anybody who brings us up to him, oh, man, he can't take it now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
But it's okay, and it doesn't seem that long ago for us, but it has been long ago. It was of its own time. That was still
dude,
fine to say, even though
I'm fully on
theoretically
board. Use the word
the
faggot,
words are
use the
bad.
word retard. I don't give a shit. Like,
And it's how you convey that that's the bad guy, and then there's the good guy.
that is definitely the way, but that bad guy that he was
Mhm.
conveying, that was him the whole movie. The good guy, the good angel, was not him this movie. He basically admitted in that part, he is the bad guy. He is
Mhm.
a bad guy. This part fucking pissed me off. How long have they been broke up? 2 weeks? That's why I said 2
A
weeks or
week?
10 days
2
or something like
weeks?
that.
Yeah,
It was like
something
2
like
weeks
that.
or 10 days, I can't remember,
Mhm,
but he
mhm.
just barges into her house.
Well, he did have a key.
They've been broke up. He just barged into her house.
They were on
W
a break.
We were on a break, but he goes into her room, and thank God, which I called it earlier, Darla and her are in bed together, and he starts
Mhm.
crying, which is great because he's in clown costume.
Yeah, I mean, it's 'cause it's and actually, the sadness looked kinda real. It was actually the best performance he did,
Well, I love that the
ish.
tear coming down was white, but none of the
Mhm.
makeup was running. It's almost like they added it.
Maybe. I mean, because I get it, you sprints it in between shots. I mean, I would've. I don't know if I can tear up, but it looked sad. It's a
Well,
silly
he's in there,
movie
"How can you
still.
cheat on me? How can you do that?"
Mhm.
"We're broke up." for 10 days. Well, you established there, you're
Mhm.
broke up. Get the fuck out. But he tries to make her feel bad. He's the piece of shit. Regardless of who he is in real life, in this movie, he's the piece of shit, not her.
Mhm.
He called the one a sperm receptacle. He treated the other one like his personal whore the whole movie. I even put it here. He accuses her of cheating on him. She left him. Fuck this guy. After this, he's out on the street walking, and the stuttering kid has a stuttering girlfriend all of a sudden.
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
It's like,
which
if only there was more to that story where I could feel something from seeing it. Instead, I can just go, I can see the shell of what they attempted to do there.
the only reason they bring this kid back is so they can
Mhm.
bring the other kids back that they called a warlock, or that he
Right.
told him was a warlock, only to bring the dad back to punch him
Which
again.
is the guy from the club.
Exactly. Which probably was the guy robbing the female on the street. I don't know. But he could. John literally tells him, "Dude, don't make me kick your ass again." And then he gets knocked the fuck out again,
Mhm.
which was great. Best part of the movie, him getting hit.
I guess it could have been worse. He could have wrote it where he was the good guy and had him beat the other guy up. You know, he had the control to do that. At least he let his ass get kicked twice.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, he spent a lot of time talking down about himself and all that shit, which made me feel like he was a lot more like self-aware, but just he had a lot less concern about what people thought of him back then.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'll give him that. Maybe he just didn't care back then. Now he definitely does. This montage. Are we supposed to feel sorry for this guy? He goes on like a drinking montage and he's all down and sad and shit. To make his
Yeah.
day worse, this is what I was talking about. He gets a call and goes to answering machine. Oh, by the way, I forgot earlier. Why
Yeah.
do people yell at the phone? Don't hang up. Don't hang up. I'll be right there.
It's funny, I do the opposite. Please fucking hang up. Please fucking hang up before I get there. God damn it. It's a phone ringing. Shit. I hate my life. Hello?
Hi, this is Malcolm. But he gets a call, voicemail, answering machine picks up.
Mhm.
It's Jeff Ross. He got the commercial instead of him,
Mhm.
and Jeff Ross is getting married
Yay.
to the Catholic chick. How far did this go? Was it 3 weeks? Is that what he like? Because he does tell the chick in a minute he hadn't taken a shower in 3 weeks, which I
Okay.
also feel is reminiscent of his real life.
Okay.
But he goes out because somebody's banging on his door, or not bang. I won't say banging. Somebody's
Mhm.
knocking on his door.
Yeah.
He opens the door. She's there.
From
Susanna
the
Melendez.
audition we didn't talk about. Yeah, the
Yeah, from his
audition.
commercial audition that Jeff
Right.
Ross had the commercial for.
Yeah, I mean, it was whatever. It's a commercial. I mean, he's had some commercial jobs. At
Yeah.
least this character, yada yada yada. But that's not why she's really there. She's actually there to ask him on a date.
Yeah. And while they're out talking, we get from the neighbor's house, the shrink walks out in his underwear, I believe.
Yeah.
Hi.
There he is.
Oh my God, Derek. What are you doing here?
Thank you.
Whoa. That was weird.
Why, if you're at somebody's house
Mhm.
fucking around with them, why are you the one going out and getting their mail or newspaper?
Oh, they're gonna need the newspaper to lay down on the floor.
Oh, no, I get that. You wanna make sure you clean up
Okay.
like Big Daddy, instead of cleaning up, you just
They're
gotta throw it
no,
over the house.
I was saying they were gonna do doggy play.
Well, I'm just saying afterwards, you're gonna need something to clean it up with.
Right,
But,
right.
why did the gay neighbor boy not walk out and get it? Why who the hell goes out and gets the mail for the
That
person they're just
therapist is a lot bigger than him. I'm sure he's got well, I won't say
Yeah,
all
I guess
that on
he's
YouTube.
we're an hour and something in. I don't think YouTube's listening anymore. But like I said, this part right here, you're right.
Mhm.
She shows up with a commercial that might be good for him, hands him a packet, and then she asks him out. And this is the part where he's talking about he hadn't showered in 3 weeks.
Mhm.
And she's like, "Oh, well, let's go," and whatever.
That's cool. I have no sense of smell. Let's go. It's like, oh, perfect woman.
And then that's he does make a comment like, Why'd you break up with your boyfriend?" And she goes, "Oh, because he kept trying to get me to sleep with another woman."
It's like, what an asshole.
And that's where the movie cuts out.
And we do
I
get
guess
like
not
the moral
really.
of the story is, if you love what you got and you got what you love, Don't fuck it up.
This
I think to at least to have more fun with the cheesiness, there should have been more of the narration.
that would have been good.
Talking to us, the audience, fourth wall breaking narration.
Something. I mean, he's not Deadpool, but it could have been funny
Yeah.
with fourth wall
It
breaking.
would have been something. I think it would fit the style of the cheese.
I mean, it could have had potential.
Yes.
I just think a better
Not
script.
him as writing, him starring, but not him
That could have been
writing.
fine. The premise isn't terrible.
No, it was the end of the late 90s, early 2000 Horn Dog series where there was just constant horn dogs. He was trying to cash in on the last hurrah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure American Pie was making like The Naked Mile and Beta House around this time. I
Yes.
laughed at those. They were very similar. Like there was just the horn dogs. They had to do
Yeah,
shit.
it was a formula, but it worked for a while. This kind of was a little late to the game, but I have a theory that could have brought it back. It actually could have brought an older audience into it.
Okay. Well, tell you what.
Mhm.
Let's go ahead and get to our reviews. We'll start off normal here, going off of Rotten Tomatoes. Critic score. There's only one critic who took time to watch and judge us. His name is Brian Orndorff, and he gave it a D minus. That's how he broke it down. I can give you an entire review on it, but he wrote like a fucking page and a half long
All right.
review just talking shit. And I think you'll get the idea that it's a terrible movie because the fans right now, 16% on Rotten
Now-
Tomatoes.
Okay. Now I wish we could look at the history and see if that's been going down or what, or staying the same. Because I do wonder about the dogpiling of the Dabbleverse
Well,
community.
I promise you though, if you go and you look at some of the reviews, they started off bad in 2008 and 2009.
Right.
Go to
Yeah.
IMDb, they're
Maybe they
bad
went up.
all around.
You think if
They
they would
could've gone
fuck
up.
with them, you think if they would have fucked with them, they would do the opposite, where the real tradition of a lolcow is to keep them going. So you
Exactly.
think they would falsely give them false hope by raising it, giving them a bunch of 5 stars. That's
I feel-
crueler and more entertaining, but definitely crueler.
I'm going to do us a favor here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give mine first, and then I'm going to let you
Sure.
be the herpes trying to have a flare up and get me,
Yeah.
grow back on me here. Okay.
Go ahead.
This is honestly one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like I sat through a bunch of shitty movies. Like I said, I worked at Blockbuster for 7 years. I've seen bad movies. I don't know how anyone thought this movie was a good idea. It had its potential, but the way it was done was terrible. I not even a little funny. I did hit a point where I thought the entire premise of the story was fucking stupid, but you've kind of convinced me it had it had potential. Whatever potential it had is just, fucking wiped away by John's writing. He's a low IQ moron. Howard Stern once told John, you are only funny when you're not trying to be. This movie proves that. I can't believe the writing was so bad I didn't get a laugh from Jeff Ross. I love Jeff Ross. I can't for the life of me figure out why Mark Cuban's in here. Like I told you earlier, he had to have let him fuck his wife or something. That's the only way. And I don't even know if that would, what did Mark Cuban do to get in this? I don't know. I snickered the one time I told you about earlier when he told the chick to shut the fuck up. And
Right.
that was just because I could relate to that, because I have said that to people before. I couldn't give it a 0 because of that one snicker. But because of that one snicker, I bet you can guess what my percentage was. A 1 fucking percent. I would never recommend anyone to watch this. In fact, Big C, our old co-host, wanted me to go ahead and send him this, and I told him, I promise you, you do not want to watch this. I don't even know, I wouldn't recommend it to people in the Dabbleverse to hate watch it. And people in Dabbleverse, they hate this fucking guy. This right here would honestly make them want him to end his career. Be done. I don't think this isn't the locale anymore. This is just a terrible movie, terrible writing, terrible acting. I mean, call it what you will. The acting was bad by him. 1%. That's it. That's all I give it.
Well, I'm going
And
to
you're
say
not changing me on this one, bud.
That's fine. That's fine. But I have seen worse movies than this. Dangerous Men. Add it to the list. I didn't hate One Too Many. Don't get me wrong, it was bad. It was very bad. It was just frustrating how close it could have been better. The premise had real potential. A hopeless, delusional horn dog chasing the ultimate threesome fantasy in New York. With Stuttering John's energy and that setup, it could have been a live action Leisure Suit Larry movie starring Stuttering John. He's perfect for the role. It could have clever, escalating absurd, bad pickup line, cartoonish romantic disasters, which basically what this felt like, but just badly written. We could have had John as a modern Larry Laffer stumbling through puzzles of seduction. The bones were there. Instead, we got a straight vanity project. No self-awareness, no real jokes landing, just John inserting himself into his own fantasy without the timing or supporting cast or clever writing to make it funny. It was basically Haggard, but without the fan base to carry it. No crew chemistry, no inside jokes, no forgiveness for the flaws. Just a tired, charmless comedy that ended up being truly Haggard. This movie has become one of those movies that gets talked about online, and that's fine. I'm not built for dabbling. I get bored after the third ha-ha look at the old hack. I rather dig in the absurd missed opportunity. Imagine if it had leaned into the premise and became the best video game of that time. In 2008, the bar was rock bottom with Max Payne. Came out the same year, and it was a total disaster. This had a shot of being better, slightly better, but it just didn't. So let's put this movie back into the Family Dollar DVD bin where it belongs. 34.5.
See, I'll let you have that one, but you're rating it on what it could have been, not what it is, and that's hard.
I've seen worse films, and I'm not too far off from it. That's a D.
You
Technically,
gave
it's an
it
F.
you gave it better than what I gave Mario Brothers. Just letting you know that.
Well,
No,
because it's a horn dog movie, half of 69.
I can give you that. The
What
funny
can I
that you used
say?
the word
I have no clue.
it's funny that you used the word vanity project because that in Brian Orndorff's review,
Mm-hmm.
he used that exact wording.
Huh.
He's like, it's just Stuttering John's vanity project. I don't know, man. I didn't find much redeeming on it, but I would never watch it again. And I feel you would be the same because you even said that, your second go through, like catching clips,
Mm-hmm.
felt a little odd, right?
Yeah, things were just so bad. I just couldn't get past that. Once I saw him as Larry Laffer,
Larry laughing.
I couldn't stop. You could
No,
just see him, and I
you know
couldn't.
what? Give me that movie. I could watch that movie. That would
Yeah,
have been fine. But that's not what this was. That's what
right.
this could have been, not what it was. But I think that's probably going to do it for us tonight. I'm about as done with this review as I am with this movie and Stuttering John in general. I kind of hope he just disappears from the fucking internet. I won't say the world, but the internet. He needs to go away and get control of himself. He is an alcoholic piece of shit now with this no family. It's
Go
sad.
clean up and
It
reunite
is.
with your family. Fix your life.
Fix your life.
Forget about
But
these guys.
can I say one thing that I can
Yeah.
thank this guy for?
Oh,
I've watched what alcohol did to this guy's life. And because of what alcohol did to this guy's life, I stopped drinking almost 3 years ago. That's how bad this guy's life has gotten that I saw alcohol doing that. And I'm like, no, I'm out. So thank you, Stuttering John, for that. And fuck you, Stuttering John, for this movie. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to @NoClueReviewPod. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube at No Clue Movie Reviews. And that'll be it for tonight. Thanks for joining. See ya. I gotcha. Oh, I hear somebody in the background.
yep. They came out as soon as I hit record.
Yeah. All right.
And good Lord. Okay, they're going off.
We good to go?
Yes.
What's up, and welcome back to another episode.